A very good morning to all of you. Namaste and Kush Rahiye. My name is Shruti Mishra and I'm Assistant Professor at JAYOTI VIDYAPEETH Women's University, Jaipur. I'm going to take the subject of International Human Resource Management, and today's topic is Stages of Internationalization. It is for MBA 6th trimester students. Now let's start with what exactly internationalization means. By Professor Welch, it is a process of increasing the involvement of international operations. So basically, when you talk about the globalization, when you talk about the internationalization of the operations means you are internationalizing the manufacturing, internationalizing the human resource department, internationalizing the production controls and operations and different segments you are internationalizing, so that is called the internationalization. Next one is internationalization is a designing of the product in such a way that it will meet the needs of the consumers or the users in many of the countries or can be adapted to do so. So basically, the internationalization means when we design the product or when a company manufacture the product, they keep it in a mind that what exactly the user of the US wants or need from us, or the user from the Korea or user from the Japan, what they are actually needing. So when we think globally, when we think the people who are living globally around the world, when we think about them, when we manufacture the product according their needs and demands, that has become the internationalization. So now let's talk about the advantages of the internationalization. First one is faster growth. It obviously makes a faster growth of the companies, because internationalization, when we internationalizing the operations, we are actually we are rapidly moving the towards the growth and the development of the organization. Effect on the performance of the enterprise. Yes, it obviously impact the performance of the organization, because you are dealing globally, you are manufacturing the products globally, so definitely it will impact the performance of the organization. Third one is job creation. People actually feel that when once the organization is globally accepted, obviously you need people who is sitting in when you are having the sister concern, or when you are having the subsidiary firm in Korea or Japan, you need people for that company as well, because that's your company, so you're going to hire people for that as well. So that also increase the job creation. The next one is meeting our needs. It is basically the meeting the needs of the consumers. When we came across some movies or serials or web series, and we found out that the people who are living in Korea or Japan or China or US or UK are using these types of product, and we are not using those products, so that create a desire in us, right, to buy those products. So this also helps to meeting our demands. So internationalization is also helps in meeting the demands as well. Next one is attracting the investment. It's basically and simple idea is like FDI, foreign direct investment. When we invest more, will the company will going to progress more, the country will going to perform well, or country will going to sustain in the marketplace. The next one is new technology and material. Obviously, when we are talking about the material and the technology, the US, the company in the US who is having the subsidiary firm in India will also going to use the technology same as they are using in the US as well, right? So it's basically like they that also make an advancement in the technology, in the materials as well. Now let's talk about some of the disadvantages that is just because of the industrialization it happens. First one is cultural identity issues. Yes, it creates a cultural identity, because the people around the world are coming from the different ethnicity. Some can be Jewish, some can be Muslims, some can be uh, Christians, some can be come from Buddhist people. So it's like they are coming from a different ethnicity, they are coming from the different background, culture, values, norms, so it will create a sum of the the gelling is somehow a bit difficult for the organization to deal with it. And those who feel that they are superior than others can also create the problem for the organizations. The next one is political issues. Yes, if the organizations, if the countries are not having the good relation with each other, if the India and like India and Pakistan are not having the good relations, so we are not having the trades with them, or we are having the less trades in we are we are having less trades in those particular countries. So internationalization has a certain disadvantages as well. Now the third one is difficulty in the time of need. When it is required for the country and they are not able to make the industrialization because they don't have the money according to invest in the internationalization, that also create the problem. The third one is social welfare issues. Social welfare issues are the problem because organization doesn't want to if you leave aside some of the industrialists, organization doesn't want to show their interest in this social welfare activities. So that also create the problem because the US people or the US countries doesn't know about India's problems, so they don't want to invest in our country as well, right? Or the vice versa. Now, there are the different stages of the internationalization. The first one is domestic operation, second one is export operation, third one is subsidiary or joint venture, fourth one is multinational operations, and the fifth one is transactional operation. Let's talk about stage 1, that is domestic operations. A firm's market is exclusively domestic. When the firm's market is exclusively domestic, they do not deal with the international things, so that is called domestic operation. They are entirely developed, they are entirely working in the domestic market. Most international companies have their origin as a domestic companies. These companies focus on the domestic operations only. They have started only with the domestic operations. Example, Patanjali have currently its major operation in India only. So like we can say that the Patanjali is having the domestic operations. They are only concerned with India only, and they are working for India. They are making the goods for Indian people. They have a thought process that we are only going to deal with the Indian public. So they are making the products according to that only. Now next one is export operation. Like we can say that the firm expand in the market, its market, by emerging its engaging into the export operations and offering the domestic product to other countries also, but retain the production facilities within the domestic borders. Like we can say that if Patanjali starts its business to export its some of the products to outside India, but they are only preparing and manufacturing the products in the Indian territory. They are not going out, they are not going to make their products outside India, but yes, they are producing their product in India, but they are exporting them for some of the people or for some of the countries. As we can say, we can take an example of the Indian firms exporting the textiles, or we can say the jute, we can say the nuts or rice. These all things they are exporting. The stage 3 is subsidiaries of the joint or the joint venture. The firm physically moves some of its operations out of the home country. This is mutual cost. There is a mutual cost, profit sharing, and management in such a method. Uh, like we can take an example of a joint venture between the Maruti and Suzuki. Like Maruti was having Maruti was having its venture in India only, but they have a profit sharing with Suzuki because they had a tie-up with Suzuki as well. So Suzuki with Maruti had established their plants in India, and similarly like Maruti has established some plants in Japan as well. So it's like vice versa. They both are having their plants in each other's country, and they are into making the automobile industry. They are working in automobile interest industry. They are incurring the mutual costs. They have a profit sharing, a common profit sharing, and their management is common. So it's like they are having a joint venture. They are dealing with the in a same sector, and they are working together. So that's what we call as a joint venture. The next one is multinational organization. The firm becomes the fully fledged multinational, or called MNC, with the assembly of the production facilities in the several countries and the regions of the country. Means the MNC, that's full form is a multinational company, and they are working in the other countries as well. They are having the production lines. They are having the uh, assembly lines, and in the other countries as well. And some decentralization of decision making is common, but personal decisions are still made by the corporate level in the headquarters. Personal decisions means those decisions like what type of employees we are requiring, what type of people we need for the organization, and uh, what type of facilities we need to give. So these all are the decisions which are driven by the headquarters only. But yeah, some of the decisions which can be take by the other country in which they are establishing their MNC as well. Like McDonald's is an MNC which is operating the worldwide. So now the fifth one is transactional operation. In this, the firm that reach this particular stage are often called as an transactional companies, because they achieve both the global efficiency and the local responsiveness. They use the global market and resources for their functioning. So like we talk about the Coca-Cola and the Nestle, they are using the global efficiency. They have their market value. They have their they have their, the market value. The people know these brands as well. So they have a local responsiveness, because in the very small town of the India as well, people know about Coca-Cola. People know about the Nestle. Everyone eats those chocolates, toffees. You know, everyone take those soft drinks and buy those soft drinks. So everyone know about these. So these are the transactional operations. So this is what we have about this session today. So basically these are the 5 stages of the internationalization, and we have discussed about a lot. um, I have prepared the e-notes, and I have imported them uh, in your portal as well. So you can go there and see whatever I have I have made some note about you students. So thank you all, and this session is powered by the digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. So thank you. If you have any query related to this particular session, please comment below uh, under this video, and I'll surely try to remove your queries about this particular session. Till then, thank you so much, students. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much for showing your interest in this particular video. Thank you so much. We'll come up with a new session as well. Thank you.